stutter step, leads for the end zone. Is he in? No, but it's a 1st and goal. Let's see if it
trying
was.
to get a little
outstretched arm.
I mean, he tried to bounce.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Knees down.
That is super tight.
Yeah, it
You
was.
slide a credit card underneath that knee on that right side. It's not there.
That's
Close.
really close. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
close.
definitive, which they ruled he was short.
Hoy la estoy rompiendo. Ya tengo el iPhone 17 Pro por cuenta de Verizon.
It was pretty close, I can truly say. It wasn't a cigar, but it was close enough. Man, I don't know what is going on with this. Is that what it was at first? What? It was close, man. Let's see. What's going on? Everything is just malfunctioning on the streams, man. Like, I don't know what's the problem, bro. What's the difference? What's different? There's nothing different. Same thing I do almost every Sunday night. Nothing different. Nothing different. Nothing pretty much different. Same thing. Same old same. Try to keep something a little different. You know, some things a little different, but I try to play within the rules, man, and it's just still doing craziness, bro. What's going on, man? It shows something, but it ain't not even showing, man. I don't know what's going on. Oh well. Back to the lecture at hand.
Well, Dean, you're busy right now.
This game is pretty much
So the penalty gives him a first down. James Blue in the game at tailback.
Sweat.
Scott pressure. Gets it outside. Turpin makes a man miss.
Yeah, Turp got a little action. Got a little action,
Every
you
time
know.
he gets the ball.
Turpin got a little action on him. Nothing wrong with it.
All right, 3rd down.
Cowboys just like playing around with him, man. They wasn't really trying hard. They just like let Brandon Arby just go ahead and, you know, kick the field goal and win the
It's
game.
up, and it is perfect. Like, literally
Perfecto.
second
He
and
did
10.
kick a 60-yard. 61-yard. Yeah, he did kick
Good catch
61
and run. Zach Ertz into Dallas territory.
Well, the
And there
Cowboys
he
do got to
goes,
play
all
the
way down to
Washington
about the 42.
Redskins again. Yeah, we do play them again. People feel like, man, the Cowboys just own the Washington team.
Again, it's Jadeveon Clowney. He has had a big night.
Cowboys just pretty much just own them.
So here we go. Commanders needed. 4th down and 1. Mariota on the
We
fake.
getting ready to play the Denver Broncos. Broncos have actually been owning the Cowboys lately. So we're going to see if the Cowboys can bounce back and beat Denver. Because we haven't beat them. I remember the Broncos came in on Thanksgiving and gave us a turkey of our life, man. I'm talking about they were running all over. I don't even know if the running back we got now from Denver was running on us. He might have been the same guy running on us.
Bring you to this game today.
It was
Glad
ridiculous.
you could join us today. 2 minutes to go. Cowboys are going to just wrap it up. Jaden Blue has a first down. And they can do
I mean, it was just
victory formation.
embarrassed.
Offense is looking great. And we'll come back and put the finishing touches here.
Totally
Dak Prescott,
embarrassed.
what a game.
Good game, Cowboys. Y'all did deserve to win. Y'all supposed to win. You're supposed to beat a team like that. Not supposed to play around with them. Don't give them no hope. Step on their neck. Y'all should have scored 100 points. You know what I'm saying? I should have seen Joe Millie come in tonight. But Joe Millie didn't even step on the field. It should have been a blowout that bad where Joe Milton should have been on the field. But you know, hey man, you know how it go. Let's not get too carried away, man. His team was injured. Let's get into the post-game interviews.
What do you think the difference was today with your defense?
I mean, they played really hard like they always do. I thought we affected the quarterback the way that we had in New York. I think that's huge. You know, it wasn't just the 4 sacks, it was the hits. I thought our run defense really was great. I mean, Mariota got us for a couple runs, but man, they were swarming the ball. We were sticky in coverage, and that was all great to see.
You had said all week, well, coming in this game, you liked the plan. And I don't know if you were talking more about defense and offense, but did you think playing more man-to-man got the guys a little more comfortable in what they needed to do?
Yeah, I mean, again, look, at the end of the day, you know, this was a team we wanted to play man-to-man against, you know. There was numbers and analytics that said that, you know, that was the right way to play these guys, and each week is different, but I thought we played man-to-man very well today. But, you know, we got to improve our zone coverages as well. But just proud of the guys, man. You know, the defense, they've taken a lot of bullets, and, you know, deservedly so in some regards. And I was just proud of them, man. They played really hard. They tackled well. We knew the turnover was going to happen. You know, we tried to manifest that 2 weeks ago and didn't get it. And there goes Duran doing what Duran does. So,
Clarence Hill, DLLS Cowboys. This is not about Diggs, but when you announced that Diggs was going to be out, it seemed like that's a huge disappointment. Not that you weren't disappointed, but you were in a great mood. And to me, that tells me you felt good about the plan regardless.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, yeah. You guys know me. I mean, I am who I am, and I don't change. Again, I'm disappointed for Trey. You know, he wants to be out there playing with these guys. But, again, I like the plan on both sides of the ball. I thought we executed the plan on both sides of the ball. It was great to see guys step up and make plays. I mean, Triquez did a really, really good job for us. You know, again, just a couple guys got banged up and they came back. I mean, that just shows you the toughness of that group, man. K9 and Kenny Clark, and it was great to see Easy get his first sack, and Jadeveon. That was really cool. So just really proud of the group. But it's one game. It's just a championship opportunity that we seized, and we got another one coming up next week.
Speak to individual changes. You started Shamar. Certainly you had Triquez outside. You put Blatt on this side. Just talk about the decisions on those two right there.
Yeah, again, you know, we once everything happened with Trey, it was like Trey is a guy that we really love. You know, we like the way he plays, and you know, Duran gives us a lot of flexibility. I thought Kyer played stickier today. I thought that was great to see. Really good confidence. I thought we were really good on 4th down. Just it seemed like it. I think they got a couple, but you know, complimentary defense today, man. I thought we won 1st down. You know, I mean, you know, Jaden went to pull a couple things, and we had guys coming across, and we were crashing down a little bit and scraping over the top, and it just was a very, very good plan. But plans are plans, man, and we got to execute, and we did that today.
Yeah.
Tim Kalish, Dallas Morning News. You're 3-3-1, and I know you don't know what to make of that tie yet, but with that record, you're 2nd place in the division. With all the teams been through, do you feel positive about that at this point?
Tim, I'm excited about the win today. I'm excited about how we played. I thought the offense, you know, it was great to get the running game going again. I mean, let's talk about Javonte Williams for a second. I mean, just the physical style of runs that he plays with, and you know, it was great to have CD back. You know, we caught them on a quick count. You know, they were trying to get to a tricky 2, and it wasn't even the route CD was supposed to run, but just the way the coverage played out, we call it mailbox. He stuck his hand up, and Dak found him, and then they ran into each other. But you know me, man. I take each game one game at a time, because you know no one cares that we're 3-3-1 right now. We're going to care about where we are in January, and that's what's going to you know, motivate us.
Elwin Henderson, Gilbert Mirror. Brian, 2 quick questions. First off, do you feel like this is the best overall complimentary football you played this season?
Without watching the film, I would say yes. And I think that's just because, again, we fed off the energy of the defense getting some early starts. I mean, the 2-minute drive at the end of the first half was huge for us. Again, there goes Javonte with another long run, right, at the end of a 2-minute. And so I would say yes. But there's things to clean up. I mean, don't fool yourselves. I'm not standing up here going, man, we're the greatest team in the world. There's things to clean up, and we'll get right to work on that in the morning.
Secondly, Jadeveon Clowney showed up big again today.
Yeah, incredible. You know, he's so happy to be here. He's having fun playing football again. I think for me, that's important because of the culture that we're trying to build here, and you know, It was good to see him get a sack and recover fumble, and I think that's why you saw us go out and get him. And I've probably downplayed it a little bit, just his ability to impact games. But I wanted to wait for a moment like this to give him the acknowledgement of what a fine football player he is.
Thanks.
Mac.
Mac Eggle, Fort Star Telegram. Do you anticipate Trayvon Diggs to be available for your next game?
I don't know. There's a whole process where he's got to go through the protocol and things like that. We'll get a lot more information tomorrow when we see him.
Do you feel like your secondary is settled, given all the changes that you've had back there?
I don't think your roster's ever settled. I just don't think it's in any spot. I mean, you see a couple guys go down today. What I want to speak to is what the toughness and the grit of a canine. Got a pretty good ankle, tape it up, get back in there. I mean, like that's the mentality, and that's the fight of this football team. That's the brotherhood that we've built in that locker room, and that's not for me. It's for one another. And so, but yeah, I mean, the roster is always going to be moving, and there's elevations and guys you have to put down, and we got a few guys banged up that we thought could go today and couldn't, and so we had other guys step up, and that's great to see as a football coach.
Any added information on Diggs' accident and how that happened?
No, not yet.
We haven't even talked about the offense and Dak's performance. I guess we're getting used to it, but just talk about, obviously the throw to Pickens was perfect, but Dak, CD, Pickens, how they went today?
Yeah, I mean, look, I thought Dak's playing really well. I'm not trying to not make a big deal about it. He's playing great, but that's what we expect from Dak, and he's got incredible weapons. I thought the throw to Fergie at the end of the 2-minute was awesome. It was like his third progression. He got off the front side, two-man combination, and I mean, just stuck an absolute laser right in Fergie's chest, and I thought that was awesome. But you see the trust that he has in these guys, and I've talked about it a lot, Clarence. But watch his back foot. He got hit a lot today. And I didn't like that, and he didn't like that, and I probably needed to get him a few more completions midway through the second quarter because he was getting popped pretty good. I think I got a little bit aggressive. I was getting pissed with the penalties and calling too many shots, and that's on me. And I told him that, and I said, hey, I'll be better, and that's what we did.
Coach Chris Haynes from Fox 4. I noticed before the game you took time to go shake hands with all the former Cowboys that were out there. Why was that important to you?
I'm a football historian, man. If I get a chance to go talk to Emmitt Smith, Roger Staubach, Drew Pearson, why would I not do it? But that's important to us. I mean, I wanted those guys out there. I want those guys around. They've paved the way for these guys to do what they love to do, make a ton of money doing it. Those guys didn't make nearly the money that our guys make and that we make as coaches, but it doesn't lessen the love of the game. But I also want our players to see you can have success when football's over. And a lot of those guys are incredible businessmen, and they've got potential internships and things like that for our players, because I want our players to go on to have amazing lives when they're done playing the game, not just, to have great football careers. Life's way more important than just football. And so I don't know how many there were. I know there's a bunch. It took me a while to get through the line, but I just wanted them to know I was thinking about them and how much I appreciate them being out there.
Now, you've called games, you've called plays a long time in this league. Is this the best rhythm and the groove that you've been in since you've been calling plays? Even going back to
I don't think so. I didn't think the second quarter. I didn't think I called a great game. I kind of just spoke to that. I was getting, I won't say pissed again. I just did. I was mad, and so I kind of let that get the best of me. And so, when you got great players, man, you call plays with a lot of confidence. I call plays with a lot of confidence, knowing they're going to execute. And again, Dak, the throw to Turp on a check down, we were running a little action pass and had a free runner, man. He knew right where the check down was. And then, the one thing we are is explosive, man. We got speed and guys that can make people miss. And as a coach, it makes you excited. But hey, look, this offensive staff: Clayton Adams, Steve Shimko, Ken Dorsey. I could go up and down the list. Junior Adams, with what he's done with those two receivers, and Turp. I'm a blessed man to lead from the front of a great group of guys on both sides of the ball and special teams as a staff.
Tommy Arsh, DallasCowboys.com. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, but now 4 times this year you've gotten points on the final drive of the first half with less than a minute. What goes into executing that well, and what have you seen? You watch those back on tape that's working for you?
Well, I'm going to tell you guys again, and maybe you guys have done it, maybe you haven't, but you guys need to talk to Ryan Feeder. I mean, the guy is an incredible football coach. You know, he's our game management guy. He just makes me at peace. He makes me comfortable. He's great with his communication of what we're thinking. We practice it every day. He changes up the looks. We literally practiced that look on Thursday, the touchdown to Fergie. It was a different call in practice, but it was that exact look where you've got 13 seconds or whatever it is, and you want to get all your shots, is what we say. Get all your shots. So what that means is if 1 and 2, he's not going to get past the third progression, which is what Fergie does, because you want to throw the ball away so you get all your shots. But I got to give Ryan Feeder a ton of credit. And then, so our guys are prepared, Tommy, is my point. And then, again, because you practice it so much and you emphasize it, they're just very comfortable executing.
Coach Greg Allman with Fox Sports, just want to see, especially this week, how much you saw your defense want to rise up and kind of meet the standard the offense has set of late.
Yeah, I mean, they're aware of what's being said about them, you know, and they don't like it. There's pride in that room. There's great players in that room. There's great coaches in that room. And again, you know, like I said, middle of the week, this is not going to be the worst adversity that we'll go through this season, you know. So what do? You get back to work. You make changes. You make adjustments. And to go out and put a performance like this together is really good for confidence. But at the same time, I thought the communication today was outstanding. And we talked a little bit about that. You know, you can't just say close right one time. You have to holler it. You have to scream it. And again, I'm going to say it again. Matt Eberflus and that defensive staff put together a hell of a plan. I thought Matt called a hell of a game. And the players went out there and executed it.
Two questions. There's a million theories, Coach, about Trayvon Diggs. I was hoping you could put one of them to rest. Is it your intention and plan that Trayvon will be a part of this team whenever he's cleared?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Trayvon fan, you know, and I'm excited to get him back, and hopefully it won't be, you know, too long.
The other one is you have a kicker that right now is in a hell of a blow.
That gives me confidence, too. Whoever asked me about the 2 minute, just get to the 50? Yeah, we're good. Yeah, go to the 50. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do you want to try that?
Our goal is to win the game, and of course I thought about it, but with the score where it was, I wanted to try to pin him back. But I mean, let's talk about the weapon. I mean, what's the record? Most 60-yard field goals in a career. I mean, guy's incredible. I mean, he really is. He's incredible. And so, like, Dak and I kind of laugh because we literally we when we get the ball, it's like he's like 50. I'm like, yeah, 50. He's like, God, that's crazy. I was like, yeah, isn't it? Like, we literally had a little dialogue. We're like, yeah, it's crazy, right? He's like, yeah. Oh yeah, okay. What play are we gonna call? So he's amazing.
So as a football historian, do you have any ambition? I know the circumstances have to be right. Would you like to see him have a shot at 70?
I think he'll get it in his career. He's that talented, but hopefully we decide to do it when the situation's right.
Sydney.
Coach, Sydney Staples, DG10 Sports. There's so many good moments from a win like this, but is there a favorite? Can you pinpoint it to one or two times?
I will say the interception by Duran was really a powerful moment for our football team. You know how much time and effort we put into talking about all about the ball and winning the turnover battle, and you know, that was really cool to see. We have been talking about that for a couple weeks, Sydney, in terms of, you know, trying to manifest it to happen. And then, of course, when he got it, I actually was chuckling a little bit with badass Tyler. You know, I was like, do you have a chance? He's like, no chance, because he was chasing him. And it was great to see. That was something, because, again, it was like kind of the stamp on it for all the things that those guys have done and gone through. And that was a cool moment.
Good.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man, that was the interview with Marty Shoddy. Now we got Dak Prescott on the press conference.
Dallas Morning News. What's up with the bandage on your hand?
Nothing. A little Brit special to take some swelling down. I usually throw my left hand to like cover the ball when, you know, getting hit, and usually takes a lot of helmets, so I'm sure it's just a face mask. Nothing unusual, honestly.
I think we ask you about the offense every week. To get CD back and like you got a run game going, just how good was it to see? This is what we do offensively.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was explosive. It was fun. I mean, you saw the big plays. Saw some drives we put together. Yeah, our standard and expectations for ourselves is very high, and so we understand when we've got guys, the playmakers that we have, the offensive line, the love that we have for one another, and you see it in just the way the guys finish plays, guys cover the ball, and defense played very well tonight. When you do that, I think more of our games are going to look like this.
Clarence Hill, DLLS Cowboys. How hard is it to stay patient when I want to throw it to CD, I want to throw it to Pitt,
Yeah, it's not hard, honestly. I'm a very present guy, and I take pride in doing that, and it's something that I practice. And I say that is just by like trying to play it play by play, each and every play, and going through my reads. I know we talked about it earlier in the week when you're saying, y'all are asking, how do you not force it to those guys? And I said, that's on the coaches, right? And we've got multiple playmakers. Those are two dudes, and the other guys are as well. So that's my point is like wherever the ball goes, I'm confident when it leaves my hand that it's going to be called and the play is going to be made after that if that guy has a chance. Now when those two guys get it, it can be very explosive. So I just want to stay on the field. Something else I've mentioned before. I just want to stay on the field. So that's the other part that allows me to stay patient is I'm not trying to put the ball in harm's way and throw an interception and, we're sitting on the sideline. Like, I just want to be on the field playing this game.
Just talk about the TD to CD. Shotty called it a mailbox story. Wasn't the right route or whatever else.
For sure.
What happened there?
Yeah, it wasn't the route that we were expecting. It's built for him to kind of run a deep cross right there. So, go through read one, George, and then I see the big window in a sense of, I say a solid window of where if he would have ran that route, he probably would have had a good play, not a touchdown. And so then I kind of just looked to find CD, and, he's got his hands up saying, I'm here. And so at that point, I saw the safety or the corner to the right. They were in there tricky too. And I just put about everything I had on it on a line, understanding that I couldn't just lob it up, that both guys would be able to make a play and just try to give him a chance. He did a good job taking, 2 steps back, I think, catching the ball, and then walked into the end zone. So once again, a play that's not made unless you have confidence in the guy that you're throwing to, and then the guy you're throwing to is smart, understands the defense, understands the look, and understood he could take that opportunity, and we're able to capitalize on it.
Dak Todd Archer with ESPN. Are you more proud of the 13 touchdowns in the last 4 games or the ball security?
I'm not sure. I think they go hand in hand, to be honest with you. I think when you're taking care of the ball, you got more opportunities to score touchdowns, and that's just leading to that. So not counting the touchdowns, so probably the interceptions being truthfully. Yeah, I couldn't even have told you that's how many it was, but I could tell you that I hadn't thrown an interception. So just trying to be smart with it, but not hesitant or scared or cautious at the same time, right? Taking my chances. I've got tons of confidence in what I can do, where I can put it, and obviously the guys that I'm throwing it to. So that's just a result of that.
Coach Schottenheimer said the Bland pick 6 was probably a turning point in the game. Do you have any flashbacks to 2023 when you saw him going down the sideline?
Yeah, most definitely. I actually told him, and right before, I called the group up, or we called the group up right there in pregame. I told DB, I said, hey, they throw it to you as much as they throw it to anybody, huh? So it was pretty cool to see. Then he gets an interception and a touchdown. So, put that juju in the air and manifested, and he went and did what DB does.
John Machado with The Athletic. You obviously played Washington a lot, and you've had a ton of success. How was today? Any similar, or was it different?
I guess it was similar. Obviously, I haven't played him with DQ, with Joe Witt, those guys, that the personnel that particularly they have on that team. But it was fun. Confident in what I was seeing. When you play, even though, right, the new coaches, that's a group that I've played against every day for, 3 or 4 years or so. So understanding what they're going to do, what they're going to try to do. They got to us, right, in that second quarter a little bit, a couple of drives we didn't score. Personally, I got frustrated, but I just know our standard, and I knew that we knew we could run away with this game, and we were trying to do it too fast. And so for me, it was about focusing the guys in. Hey, keep taking it play by play. Like, the scores are going to come, right? You hit that big one to CD, and everybody just thinks, let's go do that every play, and it's like that just doesn't happen. So it was about just getting the guys focused, back to engage, and understanding what they were going to give us. And I think everybody did a good job of attacking it.
And then what do you think is the next step for you and CD and George?
Next step? Next game.
It can go beyond what you guys did today.
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, to quantify it, I'm not really sure. So I said just the next game. That's what's important for us and to us. And honestly, it's Wednesday practice, to being truthful, is those guys aren't by any means complacent or great and settled with what they've done. Like they want the ball. They have high expectations. We have high expectations for each other. That who knows what next game is. I mean, I haven't truly looked at the stats, so I haven't seen it. I know GP said it was a little short of 100, but my point being is who knows what we can accomplish. Like, the sky is the limit. We're just going to stay focused each and every day at getting better, growing our connection. I guess that's just the next step, right, is just continuing to communicate to one another, understand, like, why CD took that, which I know, but, right, talk about it beforehand, and so when it happens, it's a little bit faster. And, yeah, just keep growing.
Nick Harris, 4-Star Telegram, these over-the-shoulder grabs for George Pickens. Do you have just immense trust in him at this point in any one-on-one situation?
Yeah, I do. And honestly, we threw one in the third quarter, and that's a miss. You know what I mean? I take that as a miss because of the way that the guy is able to play the ball in the air when I don't give him a fair chance at it. Like I'm going to put that on myself. And so I know the first one I threw to him was a little underthrown and a little outside, but, right, he goes and makes an unbelievable catch, late hands in it, holding it off, and then the one that led to the touchdown right before the second half, or right before the first half, and just put that one out there and, right, kept Lattimore in his back pocket, let it fall in, and he has a great natural ability of late hands in the ball and holding the defender off, and that makes my job easier. So, yeah, the trust is through the roof.
Seeing the defense coming off the field after forcing 3 and outs, after forcing turnover on downs, what is that energy like today versus the first 6 weeks, and do you think they can sustain this performance going
forward? For sure they can sustain this. I mean, they just did this with a lot of adversity, so that's a lot of credit to them, right? A lot of guys were out, and the guys that got to play stepped up, and I just think that that's awesome to see. That's credit to them, proud of them, the coaches, everybody, you know, for buckling down, and not only that, answering through the noise, through the adversity, right? Like, they're not naive to what they've been doing and to what everybody's been saying, and they answered the bell. So I most definitely think they can continue this, and that energy is electric. And for us on offense, all we want to do is repay them and go score touchdowns.
Tommy Arsh, DallasCowboys.com. How much are you enjoying Javante's success, being able to open things up for you in the play-action game?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I've talked about it going back to the spring, how important the run game is, and right, it helps with the box count, right? When you can run the game, they've got to load it. We can run the ball, they've got to load the box, and then you can take advantage of outside with the one-on-ones. And Tay's a very smart runner, obviously, but physical, patient, and just does a hell of a job. And starts with the offensive line, right? Them creating holes, and he knows where he needs to go and how he needs to set it up, and that's only going to make us just continue to get better the more success we have on the ground.
And then homecoming today, a lot of former players coming through. You stand next to Roger Staubach from the anthem. What do you take away from those interactions, and how much do you enjoy catching up with those guys?
Yeah, just a lot of gratitude. I'm somebody who appreciates the history before them, the men who have played this game, that wore in this uniform, and particularly played this position and dealt with the success, the adversity. Roger's been a guy who, from the day that I've got here, has been so supportive. I remember my rookie year, I was asked to sign a ball for him for his Christmas gift that his daughters were giving him, and that was like one of those, you know, welcome to the NFL or pinch me type moments for myself. And so just as the years have grown, I mean, he said it right there. I've got your support. I'm always pulling for you. I don't want to bother you. And Roger, you're never going to bother me. Like, please. And so it's something that I don't take for granted. Blessed to have his support. Being a Cowboy fan, seeing all those players down there, all it's going to do is push you a little bit more. And love the history of this team, love everything that they've done. And as I told you before, I'm trying to chase a lot of those men and win a championship.
Joe Hoyt, Dallas Morning News. 3-1 through 7 games. What have you learned about your team?
This is me when my friends called me stupid for saying I was going to try the gelatin trick that mimics Ozempic for weight loss. And this is me 60 days later.
We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep fighting, and as I alluded to last week, we're going to find a way to win some of these close games. I mean, I know this one wasn't necessarily in the fourth quarter going back and forth, but that's the difference. We're going to win some games like this, but when we flip this switch and we win those close games, a resilient group that loves one another, that's going to stick together and is explosive, and we're going to play complementary ball more and more each week.
You talked about GP's over-the-shoulder catches. He now has 4 DPIs that have resulted in 131 yards for you guys. Just how much of a weapon is that part two, knowing that he might come down with it or it might be a DPI?
Yeah, I mean, when I throw a ball like that, honestly, it's 80 to 90% chance of gaining yards at that point. And that's why I say, like, that one in the third quarter, just didn't quite give him a chance. Like, that's on me because there might be a PI or he might make one of those grabs that he's been making. So tons of confidence. They've resulted, as you said, right, in 135 yards penalties. And how many have they resulted in yards for him, right? And so it's a very successful play for us. And if they're going to give it to us, we're going to keep attacking it.
Ed Werder, WFAA. How do you feel right now, given your record through these 7 games, about who you are as a team and kind of where you are as a team, second in the NFC East right now?
How do I feel?
How do you assess those things? Who you are as a team and where you are?
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say I'm okay with where we're at, but yeah, I guess I am. I have to be, right? That's the reality of it. We're getting past the point where you can say it's early, and we've got ourselves in a position to compete, and that's most important. Nobody cares about your records in September, October. It's November, December, and on. That really matters. So I think we've put ourselves in a great position. So we've put ourselves in the position that we shouldn't and we don't need to be looking at what other teams are doing and watching their records. We need to put our head down and go to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and get better and understand that we control what we want to control, and it's all in front of us. So, being 3-3-1, right? We're right. We're in a good spot. We're right where we need to be playing a game like this that was so complimentary on both sides of the ball. I don't know how anybody in that locker room can't have confidence and excited to get to work tomorrow.
Garrett Podell, CBS Sports. Dak, during the week you said George and CD, that tandem could be your best wide receiver duo you had. After a game like this, does that kind of validate your thought that you had earlier this week? That's up to y'all to decide. Dez was just in there too, so don't say that too loud. Those dudes are unbelievable. They are. They are. And that's credit to them. That's credit to the way that they show up and work each and every day. That's credit to the standard that they have for themselves. That's credit to the love they have for one another, the way that they push one another. They definitely are. What about the way that you push yourself, as Todd mentioned, an incredible 4-game stretch you're on? Why do you think that is?
A lot of things coming together. I mean, it goes back. It's all the work that I've put into this. Obviously, personally, a lot of off-season work to the team getting together in the spring, to the training camp, and just success through these last few games is just only growing the confidence. I know who I am. I feel great throwing the ball. When you got pass catchers like those two guys, CD, Turp, Tolbert, Flo, guys that are making plays and taking advantage of their opportunities whenever they come, I'm just going to keep pushing myself to get better. You've been around, you understand that that's all I want to do. It's not about the results. It's about how great can I be and how much better can I get from one day to the next. And so I'm as excited as anybody to get in there tomorrow and clean up mistakes from this one and push forward and get ready for the next game.
Yeah. Jeff Cole with Jeff Cole.
Sorry, I was wondering who is the next game. No joke.
Gotcha. Kind of going off of that, I feel like every year we talk to you about your heat check moments when you're rolling. When you look at this offense, everything with it and all your playmakers, have you ever had more fun with an offense than this one?
Yeah, I don't know if I've had. I don't know if I have. And not a knock to any other group that I've been a part of, but the chemistry, the camaraderie, the trash talking, the emotions and passions of this unit, it's there as much as I've ever seen it. And sure, we've got some youth that's probably a big part of it. But we've got guys who just work their tails off every day. And I say it all the time, confidence is earned. Like, you don't just wake up and say, yeah, I know I can do this. No. You got to go do that, prove it to yourself, and then, you feel good about talking about it and walking the walk. So this group practices the right way, and they've earned the confidence, and they go out there and we play with it. And it's fun. It really is fun. It's a collaborative effort, and it's not about me. It's not about any one person on that group. It's about the way that we all play for one another, doing our 1/11th each play and
seeing what the result is afterwards.
CD and George both talked about just what your hot streak means to them, given what the talk has been about you at different points in your career. What does it mean to you that they care about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's something I don't take for granted, but it's not. I mean, they're not telling y'all anything that they don't tell me. I mean, we're out there on the field in the huddle, and they're telling me I'm the best to do it, right? And so like they know how important that is, and they want me to take those heat checks and throw it to them. So they're just reminding me to just give them a chance. But yeah, I mean that's the love I'm talking about, and that's the expectations and the standard I'm alluding to when I say that is like we all believe in one another, and we understand that we can only do so much alone, but together we're a hell of a group.
Ron Murray, K104. Dak, just want to talk about the NFC East. You didn't get a chance to see Jaden Daniels last year, but you took him on today. Just your thoughts for him. And also with the offense, do you think when we get to about December, we could be talking about one of the most unstoppable offenses in the NFL?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, that's definitely our standard. That's something that we talk about as a group. It's not necessarily putting pressure on us, but it's just the way that we work and the players that we have. And, with good fortune and good health, I don't see why this group can't or won't be one of the best. And, for Jaden, young player, obviously I watched him last year, all throughout the year, especially in my time being hurt. Very talented, could throw the ball super fast. His stop and go is ridiculous. Him and Lamar both, right? Like, I wish I had that. I mean, ran to the sideline on one play and somebody grabbed me, and I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, my point being is, right, I wish I could slow down and speed up like that and put defenders on skates. And so, impressive player. I know he's being coached by the right man over there, and he'll only get better and better.
Mike Leslie, WFA. I was going to ask you about CD's comment that he feels this is the best offense he's played on since he's been here, but we've kind of hit that a few times over. So I'll just ask you this. Who won the pregame dance-off between Joe Milton and George Pickens?
I think Joe was really, setting the stage, giving the alley-oop to George he was just an opening act for George. So I won't say there's a winner, but, that was just a cool moment and, calling it up. The energy was great in pregame. A lot of guys were just dancing throughout pregame, and right, they're usually waiting for me to make a speech at that point, and I was just like, hey, let's keep dancing. And so I'll say maybe Joe won because I just, threw him just threw him out there. Hey, Joe, start dancing. And he took the lead, got it going, and then GP jumped in. And so that was a way of just me, right, telling guys, right, like, stay loose, like, play free. Like, you're confident. I see it. I feel it. Like, you've earned that. Like, stay right here where we are. Let's play for the brother next to us. And it's exactly what the group went out and did.
You've talked about how this group, just in the last couple of minutes, you've talked about how this group has been a lot of fun to be a part of. Yeah. What does it say that you're able to have that kind of moment right before kickoff and then be able to also focus in and perform?
I mean, that's just who we are. If you're around the guys throughout the locker room at practice, I mean, that's just who we are. So that was more of a moment, I guess, for you guys than anything. Like that's George, Joe, CD, everybody. I mean, myself, I even tried to at times. I'm getting better at dancing, and like that's just part of practice and part of the energy that we carry into just our work day. So it was cool just to do it before a game, and that's my point of like just be the same guys we are at practice. Like we put in the right work, we do it with the right intentions. So you should have fun when you're doing that. Shadi always mentions that, right? Sunday's a celebration. It's a celebration of all the hard work that we put in throughout the week. So no reason to play tight, be free, let it go, and fly around. And everybody did that, not just offense, but the whole team.
Pat Doney, NBC DFW. Dak, speaking of fun, I believe every player who's ever worn a Houghton High School jersey to the stadium has caught 2 touchdown passes in that game, because Jake Ferguson, I believe, was the first to do it, right?
Okay.
I mean, what did you think when you saw that as you walked in today, and what has it been like watching him on this streak to start this season?
Yeah, super proud of Jake. Obviously, I know how just frustrating and hard, I guess, last season was throughout the year, right? Not getting a touchdown, and even those first couple of games. That it's a guy that works as hard as anybody. And speaking of just intentions, being very intentional on his routes and his blocking and making sure he's communicating with me on certain routes and where do I want him to be and what do I expect from him. That it's no surprise, but super, super proud of him. Excuse me. And he told me he had ordered the jersey. I didn't know it came in already, and I didn't know he was going to wear it to the game. So it was cool. It was great. It's like we just happened to walk in together into the stadium, and so when I saw it, I mean, I legit got crunk, got hype. Like,
You expected The receivers to now start wearing those two to be looked at in the red zone a little more?
Yeah, I mean, I told him pregame, so I'm definitely throwing you some. Like, I'm definitely getting you a couple of them. So thankful the defense allowed him to go get a couple touchdowns and shot his play calling, so it all worked out. But yeah, it was cool. He's a hell of a player, and as I've mentioned before, he's only getting better each and every game, and so the touchdowns are going to keep rolling.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you.
And that was Dak Prescott's post-game interview. You know Jerry had something to say.
Adding room in there, and they should be excited. Obviously, every Cowboy fan should be excited how that defense played. And they really did some impressive things out there. Credit goes to head coach, who spent a lot of time on that side of the ball this week, along with Flus, and make an adjustment. Certainly gives us a lot of hope as we look to the future as to how this defense can play as we evolve. It looks like we came out pretty clean on injury. And, of course, I cannot say enough about Dak Prescott and his play throughout the game. It really was the confidence throughout the game that he demonstrated that make you think we were there all the time. So, big win.
Jerry, what can you say about the offense with a healthy CeeDee Lamb and what's the ceiling for this offense?
Well, it gives Turp a lot of openness, doesn't it, when those two guys are out there? I'm kidding. But obviously the fact that George has been able to really establish himself in Lamb's absence, both with confidence, himself, his teammates, coaches, now that gives what he can bring to the table with Lamb, with what we're doing in our running game. I thought, I don't want to take anything away from Washington and how they can disrupt, but I thought that was one of our best offensive outings out here in several years.
With Pickens and Lamb, have you had a better wide receiver duo at any time?
Well, we've had, I don't want to take anything away. I saw Dez going down through there. Don't want to take anything away from those guys. Don't have to, all of them. But I will tell you, Lamb's ability to really make the difference on an offense. Now, Pickens is got that ability as well. That along with our running game, really, I feel as good about that offense as I have in a long time around here, and I say that to all our fans. What I am excited about is that we did make and have made adjustments. We'll continue to make adjustments. We do have personnel coming that will be coming and being a part of that defensive personnel. We got a chance to evolve into the kind of team that our fans deserve.
Jerry, you said you would go into a foxhole with Matty Eberflus earlier this week. What did you see from him this week as he adjusted, and why did you want to go into a foxhole?
Well, I will tell you that first of all, he before this, he's the kind of guy you want to be in. He exudes confidence. He exudes confidence to the players, and I was proud of the way he, as well as Brian, worked together to come up with that game plan. Obviously, we have a lot of respect for Washington and what they're capable of doing, and so I think you saw maybe a little bit of an example of how to get your nose bloodied one week. That was a disappointing loss last week, and come out here and learn from it, and I think our bunch did.
Did we just see your team at its very best?
What?
Did we just see your team at its very best?
Well, I don't. I think we played as well today as we played all year. But as far as improving, absent attrition, injury, and what have you, we've got a team that can get better. And I mean, it needs to get better, but it can get better. And it can get better. We had some sloppiness there. And I hate to say that because that's the coach's job to criticize himself. But you all saw some self-inflicted penalties that you can get better doing that for a fact. So I think we've got a little sense here of what this team might be able to be if we can get it hitting on all cylinders.
You're in second place right now. At this point, 7 games in. What do you think this team will do? You mentioned the playoffs before. Do you still feel that way?
Well, I feel that way because, as I've said, I think we've got an outstanding leader in our quarterback. We've got an outstanding player in the quarterback. We're going to have better offensive play, in my view, absent injury. We're going to have better offensive play as well. I mean, offensive line play. And then I think definitely we had, to some degree, no way to go but up on defense. But I didn't expect this kind of performance out here today with our defense. So kudos to Flus and certainly Brian Schottenheimer. He had a lot of fingerprint on this today.
Jerry, when Brandon Aubrey trots out there for a 60-yard field goal, what are you doing?
Well, I tell you, it doesn't surprise me, and that's ironic when we step out there. As a matter of fact, when we punted at the end, that makes you say, well, let's try a big long one here. But that was the right call. But still, offensively, we've got really a lot of variation of what we can do to win football games with the Cowboys. We're going to get better than we showed today on defense. Now we've got to stay in this hunt and be there at the end so that we get a chance to get in those playoffs and then hopefully be a better team than we saw out there today.
Can you share anything more about Trayvon Diggs' situation and just your concern level?
Well, we always, I don't want to say that we didn't miss it out there today. That's not fair. But that was a crazy, that was a fluke situation. But certainly we're not expecting Trayvon to be outlawed.
Have you learned what exactly happened?
Well, I don't know that the combination of the injury and how it impacted his regarding concussion issue. I'm not so sure that I know the detail of how that happened. Not the way I would if there had been an injury on the field. We normally would see that on TV. We would see how an injury happens. And in this particular case, it was home and unrecorded.
So he hasn't told you what happened?
Oh, he said what happened. But again, and I'm not saying that didn't happen, but a lot of times you're not the best viewer of what happened. Somebody else may have had a better look than you did. I don't know.
Can you share what he said happened?
Again, no, I won't get into that. But bottom line is that I do expect him back.
Jerry, does this result maybe entice you a little bit more to make a trade before the deadline defensively to take the defense to another level?
No. And again, a trade situation, in my mind, has to have all of the criteria that would stand on its own. We've got players, and we've got players coming back that I think we can be very competitive with as we go on into toward the playoffs. So that's one thing. Now, this is the time of year when you do see some opportunities according to how it's constructed. We're pretty proud of all those picks that we've got coming in the future and want to use them to add to what you saw out here today.
Jerry, Matt Eberflus has made some changes today, definitely ran a lot more man, definitely blitzed a little bit more. When players see their coach make changes like that and get positive results, what does that do for players?
Well, I think that we all recognize that the players have to execute those changes. They have to execute those plans. Des, you wrote the book on it. When a player executes a plan that was thought out, that makes everybody be stronger. That builds confidence, yes. And I think that built something out there today for defense in light of how it hadn't been that way the last few games.
How impressive have you been with Javonte Williams in the run game to start the season?
Well, I think we have one of the best in Javonte. I think we have one of the best running backs in the NFL. And he was the way he was running earlier in the game was important to us to get the momentum we got going in this game. And so I feel good. I was glad to see Blue get some. And so I like where we are in our running game. And I like where we are with the blocking and everything that's associated with the running game. boy, that quarterback's playing lights out, Dak Prescott, and that'll make a lot of good parts of the offense look good.
You alluded at a couple of different points over the last week or two about the possibility of making some trades during the season if you can help your defense in some way. Does today's performance dissuade you from wanting to do that, or you still feel like you're in that space?
Not at all. I feel just as inclined or not inclined, really, and I'm not trying to be any way. I don't have anything in front of me right now that I'm interested in. I haven't noodled up something that I might be interested in. You have to go within the boundaries of what's possible. You hear from other clubs as we get on into the trading deadline. We'll see if something there to help us. But I'm not going to holler in my pillow if we don't get a trade, because I feel good about the makeup of the personnel we got on the team right now.
Did George Pickens make you feel better about the Suns filling the windows?
Well, I don't see that. I don't think the Sun would bother a player like George Pickens. I've really never seen one that bothered him, to tell you the truth.
It didn't seem to bother him today.
Well, if the sun bothers people, the sun's been around a long time.
Hey, Gary, when you see the man coverage and the blitzing work like it did today, does it make you think, hey, why weren't we committed to this a little more earlier in the season when it was as effective as it was today?
I can always, when something works, you think, well, maybe we should have been trying that before. But I know what we're trying defensively. And what I can appreciate about today, and I hope our fans see, is the way we are making changes, the way we're executing, making those changes. And by the way, if you go back and look at that film, you'll see us doing the same things we've been doing the last 4 or 5 weeks, a whole bunch of them, but we're executing. And they're the same things we've been doing for 4 or 5 weeks, but they executed them today. Now, there were some things we did different, but we were executing some of the very same things, and yet we were hitting the gaps and making the plays defensively. So much for change, yeah. I like the fact that everybody pitched in and got the result today.
Mm-hmm. And they responded well to Diggs being out, which obviously, was a setback. But yeah.
Well, and again, let me be real clear. I don't think there was a response to Diggs being out at all. I think what you saw out there was just guys playing good football, individually being responsible, stepping their game up, not because of Diggs, just stepping their game up because they owe it to everybody to do that. That's what we saw. But you don't, there's no such thing as that we're going to show that we can do it without Diggs.
Yeah.
It's not the case at all. At all. It doesn't work that way. What you saw out there today was guys, whatever the defense that was called, you saw them executing it better. Across the board.
Hey, when something strange like that happens, a guy has an accident at home and it causes a concussion, like you as GM, like do you try to get to the bottom of that quickly? Do you wait for somebody to come to you, like here's what we're hearing from Trayvon? Like how do you handle something like that?
Well, I just, first of all, want to make sure that no rules have been violated that would hurt the person or the team. Things like law enforcement, those kinds of rules like that. Beyond that, these players are in such a spotlight, and the kinds of things that a lot of us have happened to us, knots on our head, bumps on our back, all that kind of stuff. When you're at where these players are, then that's a higher accountability. Okay. To answer your question, no, I don't go looking it up at all. I really don't. I see what is given me, and I'm satisfied with that.
Okay.
And frankly, I'm satisfied what any player tells me until we get to the point where I'm not satisfied with it.
And this,
but it doesn't. That's not different for a player. That's different for all of our relationships in life.
But is he progressing pretty well in terms of the concussion or whatever he's dealing with, protocols?
I haven't had a doctor's report today at all. But I don't think the nature of his injury was something that will impact us for multiple weeks ahead. I think it could possibly be behind us this week.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. This is not some kind of smoking gun deal here at all. No, he had an accident, and I'm good with that, and he'll be back out here playing.
Okay.
And we need him. If he'll join in and play his game the way these guys have adjusted to play their game, we'll be a lot better team with Diggs.
Yeah, and you had to like seen that pick six today from Ron.
Yes,
yeah.
But let me just say this: nothing about Diggs and his injury situation right now, or the cause of his injury situation, gives me any concern about his future. Okay. Not one bit of it. And future being next week.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where it is. That covers a lot of ground there.
Okay.
Extent of the injury, whether or not there's extenuating circumstances that have to be addressed. I don't see anything that I'm familiar with about the injury that keep him from playing starting next week.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Jerry, is Dak the MVP?
Judge, do you have any other questions for me?
Is Dak the MVP of the league right now, Jerry?
What?
Is Dak Prescott the MVP of the league right now?
Well, he's mine, and he should be Cowboy fans. And he gives us a tremendous opportunity. And this team is really following him. And this team can play against the league competition, just like you saw today. Can play that way, and it can get better.
He's played at a high level before, but right now it seems like there isn't really a bad game coming from Dak. Are you seeing any differences in kind of his approach, or is this just the same Dak and we're just seeing even better results?
Well, I think he and Brian, when Brian was addressing this year, he and Dak had some things in mind that they wanted to work into timing, wanted to work into several technical aspects. When I say several, maybe a few. But basically it has to do with his actual techniques as opposed to anything about his leadership or anything about that. And that was on the table, and we got some benefit last year, but we knew we were going to really get some benefit from it this year. Yes, I can see the work that Dak and Brian have done during this past off season. I can see it improving Dak's game.
Do you feel like Clayton Adams is getting enough respect for kind of what he's done to this offense on both the passing and running game as well?
Well, he should be. He should be. They make quite a team. Brian's the guy that hired him, and Clayton is an outstanding coach, and be the first to tell you that this is a great opportunity, and we're glad we had him. And I like the emphasis between those guys have offensive line background in there, both Clayton and other people we have here. That was a key plus for me when I looked at the makeup of the staff, is the offensive line background that this group has. We've actually got 3 that have that background.
When you made the move for Pickens, you probably had some expectations. Have you exceeded?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. And I said earlier, his expectation, what he's done as a teammate and what he's done to thrive on their really respect and appreciation for what he's doing. And then you're seeing him just grow with that. And so it's what happens when you have a talented player like that all of a sudden starts really working with confidence with talented people around him. And you bet he's, in my opinion, you guys have your own opinion, but in my opinion, he's one of the best receivers there are. You put him with Lamb, you put him out there with Turpin, and you put him with 2 or 3 of those young ones, and we've got a great receiving core with our tight ends.
What do you say to fans who are nervous that he has the same agent as Micah Parsons? They're worried that he's...
Oh, I wouldn't. Don't pay any attention to that at all. No attention to that at all. And too much was made of that. Okay, that the agent actually had something to do with the ultimate the ultimate decision of where we were. It almost had zero to do with it, period. And that's not a negative. It just didn't have that kind of influence with it. I was going to be where I was with Michael relative to dollars and cents. I don't care who represented him.
Dallas Cowboys Jerry Jones has spoken. Now let's see what the rest of the players said in the locker room or their post-game.
I mean, how much fun are you guys having together?
Super fun, super fun. We talk about this every day. Just grateful for each other. We compete with each other every day, and I feel like the best part about it is that we want each other to win the most. So,
How do you feel being back out there?
it's exciting, man. I'm watching my dog go crazy for the last 4 weeks. I'm pretty sure he enjoyed it. But I'm just taking the load off him a little bit and then making them play true, to the offense and to what we got going, and it's fun.
On that touchdown, it seems like George helped you spring open. What was that play?
That's no surprise to me. He always helps me, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we brought him here. It's exciting. And he was the first person I saw after I caught it, and there was nowhere there, so I already knew what it was.
You talk about him going off. We saw, some of your big celebrations with some of his crazy catches the last few weeks, but does that not motivate you a little bit coming back?
I mean, I'm a competitor. I'm going to always be motivated, but I love to see him do his thing, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why we brought him here, and I feel like he's having so much fun here.
How different was the experience today than it was prior to when you got hurt in the Bears game? Now that you guys are that much more in sync and you're that much more a part of this offense, do you guys feel a noticeable difference in upscale in that regard?
Yeah, I definitely say more explosive. With having him back and Turk and a few other guys, it make the offense explosive. So kind of like how he said, you got to be true to the offense. And when you got all of us out there, you can't guard all of us.
George, your numbers weren't the same when he was out, but the impact was with the big catch before the half. How much did it feel like you were still having that impact even with him back?
Kind of like you said, me knowing that I can impact the game right before the half, we get points before the half, helping the defense, they come out in halftime, we got to stop Jane Daniels. So I feel like I still affected the game in a positive way.
CD, some touchdowns are better than others, but when it's a long touchdown and you two are running side by side like that, let's say you get on the field with your guy and you celebrate all the way down the field like that.
At that point, that turned into our touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, again, it's whoever brings the ball in. And I feel like with that, short, sweet, and simple, let's continue to do that and many more in the future.
Did you feel like your touchdown too?
Yeah, I was super excited. His first game back from the injury, me, I'm just super excited, and I'm glad we got the dub.
George, bring us through the celebration. Was it smooth? Were you happy with it?
Super smooth. Super smooth.
How excited do y'all get when Jake Ferguson has a big game like tonight?
Man, it's really just everybody, all pieces to this offense. And Ferg, we know he's going to do his thing. He's going to get it by any means, and we love that about him. He's gritty, he's a hard worker, and he deserves it.
Where does this one?
This one the best one I've been on, and I've been on some great ones. It's just the way that we can move around these pieces and these players, and everybody know everywhere to go. We can line up faster than any. It's tough. It's tough.
Last 4 games, Dak, 13 touchdowns, no turnovers, over 1,000 passing yards.
That's Fodak,
20
man.
passer rating.
That's Dak, man.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Nah, I haven't, and I'm sure he's going to continue to do that. And again, it's only week 7. We still got plenty more to go, so much more work to do, and we got to get better as an offense. Obviously, I feel like there's some meat on the bone that we left out there, and I feel like we can get better.
Just knowing Dak as you do, how much does it mean for you guys both to see him performing like this?
It's exciting, man. I mean, all the critics that was going on, you don't hear too much going on now. Now they just waiting on something, and that's just how it is. And for him, I know it's tough. I'm just being a quarterback for this franchise. It's a big burden, but I mean, there's a lot of people quiet right now, so I guess it's pretty good.
George, what have you learned?
I'll probably say the same thing, just me looking on the outside in, a lot of hate that he has gotten and how the way he's playing now. I don't really kind of like he said, I don't really hear people saying anything about him now.
This is still a very new thing in the grand scheme of things. Only about 6 months or so that you guys have even been together. But here you are standing here together talking to the media as a tandem. And obviously you guys are cooking up multiple celebrations in one season together. How has this relationship grown just in half a year?
It's been great, honestly, especially for me on and off the field. I feel like I said, it kind of get us close when we're in training camp and we're staying, in apartments right next to each other. And I feel like that's the real reason why we got one of the best offenses in the league, just the camaraderie from the guys.
You guys gotta go to Poppy's off the field
Game and relax. Listen to YB and talk about ball all day.
What game are you guys playing?
It don't matter. Honestly, it don't matter. I'm going to be real.
Whose idea was it last night to put it together?
I just thought it'd be cool. Get to see two good receivers and do the interview at once.
And now? Was it as cool as you thought it would be?
Yeah, very cool.
So appreciate y'all. Dak leaked out late and didn't see me. Mario didn't see me in the open space, so I was like, I gotta go get this one. Even though the sun was gleaming in my face a little bit, but it was good.
Did you have a hard time seeing the ball? I mean, was it tough?
A little bit, but it was like more so just don't drop it because I felt like it was just me in the end zone. So
It's been a little bit of time since you've had the pick sixes, which is crazy. Like you've set the NFL record now with that, or the Cowboys record. I mean, what does that mean to you when you reflect back into what you've accomplished already at this point in your career?
To me, it's just really just kind of keep stacking. I haven't been up to my level of play that I think I could play at so far, but today is hopefully keep going.
Is there frustration going into this game that you hadn't gotten your hands on a ball of any kind yet?
A little bit, but at the same time, you can't just go try to chase it because you ain't got it. But yeah, there's a little bit of frustration with that.
It certainly seemed like there was more man. There's more man than you've played all season. How much of the improvement that you guys had today is because of that? How much was because of the better execution?
Really, it was just we was all on the same page, getting our details, and we was able to play fast out there. So it was really just showing who we are out there, be able to show who we are. So it was a great day.
Was it noticeable appreciated the fact that you did play more man?
Yeah, definitely it is a little bit. I always like as a corner cover guy, I like to be playing the man a little bit. So.
What's easier to do? How do you get details on these things when you play more man?
Yeah, because there's less things you got to look at.
Ron, what can you say about a coach like Eberflus who's drawn so much heat and coming in and mostly running zone, but being open to hearing what you guys want as far as what puts you in best position to succeed, and then going out there and making those changes for you guys?
Yeah, I feel like he's done a great job. Trying to get everybody on the same page. And talking to the players and seeing what we like to do and seeing what we see. So I think he's doing a great job with that.
When the feedback you guys give to him is actually used by him and executed in terms of the game plan, in terms of running more man, what does that do for players when your feedback is heard, you execute?
It just brings another confidence. You got a coach that you be confident in and that you can see what you see, and then you give you the confidence just to go out there and play for him.
Can you speak to a young guy like Trey Quest stepping up? Because it probably wasn't until Friday that he got a lot of difference.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's been practicing all week, but yeah, he's doing a great job, being in and taking every opportunity he gets.
When you first came into the league and you got your first pick six, the next few came in bunches.
Yeah.
Is another bunch coming up?
Hopefully, only time can tell.
For it all be paying off, it looked good.
Have you ever been a part of a quarterback on such a special streak?
Probably not at this level. Maybe in college, but he playing lights out. So all credit to him.
That was the first time you guys were able to score on the first drive since week one. Was there a special emphasis on getting out the way faster?
Yeah, we always try to emphasize that, but I feel like just us executing and playing well, and everybody clicking on the same cylinders, communication. I feel like all that really went into it.
Or whatever the case may be, and just good to see everybody just just constantly just fighting and trying to get them in negative situations, and we made plays when we had to.
What do you think it says about this group that you all were able to bounce back? I know you were frustrated about last week and to come out and play like you did today.
Yeah, we knew they was gonna they wanted to run the ball. They didn't have a lot of their receivers, and just proud of how physical we played. We ran to the ball. Did everything that we talked about, and got turnovers. That's how we play defense, and that's our standard. And we got to just keep building on this.
As a defensive guy, what's it like watching your offense from the sideline put up over 40 points every single game that you've been here so far?
Just amazing, man. I ain't had an offense like this for sure. So they balling, and we're gonna keep needing this. Needing that, throughout the whole year, and we're gonna keep getting better as a defense, and we're gonna be a tough team to beat.
You okay? I mean, people were worried about the injury when you left. And give us an update. How you feel? Are you okay?
I'll be all right. Yeah. So, I don't even know. I'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, it was just elbow stuff.
I feel like we did a good job of getting our feet in the grass and just being able to play free.
When it was coming like this, you guys feel just more responsibility to hold up your end?
1,000%. 1,000%. They've been humming all year, so definitely feels good to be able to play some complimentary football.
Also, that starting the second half, 2 turnovers, of course, turning them into scores. Just what was that like? Kind of starting off the second half that way and really kind of putting this one away.
Great momentum builder, you know what I mean, and we know just got to continue to finish and close it out. Not sure. I feel like we just gotta watch the tape. Had a good plan. Know that we're dealing with more quarterbacks. I feel like we did a good job of getting the pressure. Guys that were blitzing, we're doing a good job of getting pressure. There's some good rushes by some of the ends and stuff like that, and some good games and whatnot. I feel like we had a solid rush plan.
How much of today was just about you guys are just tired of hearing about defensive struggles of this football team?
I mean, we know who we have in our rooms or on our defense, you know, so we know what we're capable of, and just knowing that, owning that, and playing up to our standard.
We keep hearing about, third DC in 3 years. Are we finally starting to get a little bit?
Definitely takes some time when stuff like that happens and you see a lot of change. Takes a little bit of time. I think it's starting to come together a little bit.
Build off?
Offense don't be like that everywhere you go. So when you got an offense that can high power, like they can put the ball in the air or run it, it's pretty great when you got a defense. All you want to go out there and do is rush the passer, and they put us in a lot of them situations. So we just got to execute on defense, and I think it'll work out for us at the end. Just keep playing together throughout the season.
David, you've been getting seemingly closer and closer to this game that you played, and then you get today and you run defense, pass breakup, and you're finally able to get home on the sack. Do you feel like you're finding your groove now?
Oh, for sure. I was telling Coach that I felt like I had to go through a little camp when I first got here. I was told him to come off that couch. It's a little different when you hop up off that couch. But, yeah, I'm feeling much better now than I did 2 weeks ago, even playing out here. So just practicing, I feel much better. So, yeah, this is part of the game, get back into it. And I told him, I said, I'm feeling much better this week than I have in the past few weeks. So I think I've got my feet up under me, and I'm ready to rock. And he let me rock out today.
At the same time, football is football. It's really just the guys. The tackles are just a lot better. So that's pretty much a thing. But in terms of game speed and stuff like that, I think the game speed was solid. But I'm just I'm happy to continue to grow.
Seeing you against Philly in week 1 and angles you were taking versus what you're doing now, I mean, you'd think it was in the season. It's only been 6 or 7 weeks. What's changed?
I would just say getting more comfortable with game plan stuff. Okay. I feel like. And being more free, I guess, kind of not trying to limit myself because I understand the magnitude of the game and, first game of my NFL career, and I got Syracuse. I got certain tackles across from me, and I got to stick to the game plan, and it's just like, go play free, go play football. And I think that was the message. That's been the message from Coach White Kai, and we appreciate him for that. He wants us to go play free so we can do what we need to do.
What's your biggest takeaway from today for you personally?
For me personally, you got to continue to strain. And I think for me, nothing worth having comes easy. So I'm just very excited and very grateful for the opportunity today, for a great win, great team win on all sides of the ball, and to get my first sack for sure.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Your next field goal would be an NFL record from 60 plus?
Yes, I guess, but it's going to be a living record. I feel like with kickers getting better and better every year, it's going to be tough to hold on to that one with just 5.
What does it mean to have that record for now?
Yeah, it feels good. Feels like I've set myself apart with a particular set of skills, I guess, that are hard to replicate. So I just want to keep showing that every week if I can.
You've kicked 100 field goals now here in your NFL career, 7 games into your 3rd season. Are you surprised, amazed a little bit at what you've accomplished? 91% NFL record and 60-plus field goals?
Yeah, my goal's always been to be at 90%, so we're doing just good enough to meet that goal, and hopefully I can keep that going for a career.
Does it feel different when you hit one from 60 or beyond than it
My long snapper definitely hits my head harder, so yes. Anyone?
What did it feel to have, obviously a game like this all together, and just everyone seemed really hyped up coming off the field?
Yeah, it feels like a complete game. Obviously, we can't say that without looking at the film first, but that's the feeling you get when felt like we dominated in all three phases. So we got to go over the film, celebrate it a little bit, and then move on to the next game and hopefully repeat the performance.
Is there a distance that you're trying to reach at some point in your career? A bucket list yardage?
No, just kick the ones they put in front of me.
Second place in the division now. What type of statement do you think that this one made today?
Yeah, I think it shows that we're capable of putting on a good performance like that and competing in all three phases. We got to follow it up with, stack it up with more performances like that, show the league that we mean business. Yeah. Get that out there.
When you step out there and, it's a 60-yarder, you put your foot on that star, what goes through your mind? Do you get a little more amped up maybe?
I'm going to say no. It feels like now that is well within the range. It's something I expect myself to make. So it feels like I'm just going through my process and treating it like any other kick.
Congrats.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, man. Cowboys press conference, locker room interviews. Now, it's part of the show where I actually get into the stats, so let's get into that real quick. Let's jump into the stats. Got to share my screen, you know what I mean? Share my screen, you know what I mean? Hopefully y'all see that. Share my stats, share my screen, you know what I mean? Based upon the stats, Marty got some stats.
Hey, you see all these things we gotta read? Hey, I'm gonna go fast. Yeah. All right, ready, roll? Hey, Javonte, 2-yard touchdown run. Yeah. Dak to CeeDee Lamb for a touchdown. Yeah. Dak to Fergie for a touchdown. Yeah. Dak to Fergie again for a touchdown. Yeah. Shamar James, forced fumble. Yeah. David Clowney recovered fumble. Yeah. Mama, there goes that man again. Jerome Flynn with a pick. Keenan has that. Yeah. Shamar James has that. Yeah. David Clowney has that. Hey, we knew it was coming for this guy. Easy out of sight. But this is some type of record, right? It's some type of record, I think. The most 60-yard field goals, I think, in NFL history. Brandon Hey, last thing I got. Listen up. That was complimentary football, defense. I'm so proud of you guys. You got kicked ass today. Proud of you guys.
Hey, bro. Way to play complimentary football. Way to play for the man next to you, bro. Love y'all boys. Let's keep going. Family on me, family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Play.
So let's get into the stats real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do it. We get into the stats. Try to let y'all see what's going on. My little breakdown of the stats. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it, Dak. Player stats. Let's go. Player stats. I guess we'll start, let's do overall. You know how we are. We'll try to change up too much. Jaden Daniels. He threw the ball 22 times and had 12 receptions, 156 yards. Man, Cowboy defense made him look Babooski, but he ain't got the receivers to throw the ball to out there, man. He got some practice squads. Dak Prescott threw the ball 30 times, only 21 completed, 264 yards passing. Would have been more than that. Would you get them check downs going, bro? Just gonna be honest with you. Even though we don't worried about the stats, but you want to throw to the open man. J.D. had 8 carries for 35 yards rushing. Wow. That was the leading rusher on the team. Cowboys defense manhandled on that. Can truly say 19 carries for 116 yards. Javonte Williams. Way to go, Bruiser Brody. Jalen Lane, 3 receptions, 60 yards. I don't know who that, nothing. CeeDee Lamb, 5 receptions, 110 yards. Awesome stats. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Obviously, the player of the game was Dak Prescott. I can truly say Prescott was the player of the game. Marcus Mariota, 4, 10, nothing. Garbage. Out of there. 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 Oh, man. Bill Jacob Crosby. Bill Crosby didn't do nothing. 13 carries, 33 yards. Just Cowboys defense. Man, this is nice. Man, this Cowboys defense did handle up, man. They really did. Lattimore only had 3 tackles. He was the leading tackler on the team. A cornerback. Well, you know your team get dead in when your DBs got the lead. When your DBs is leading the tackles. Just straight garbage. Let's look at the Cowboys. Let's look at the Cowboys stats. See what they stuff is looking like. Like I say, Prescott had 3 touchdowns. No interception. He got saved by the bell. We ain't talking about Screech, man. He got saved by a couple of drop interceptions. I'm just saying. Like they didn't want to catch him. Dak had the play of the game. I can truly say. J. Blue had 7 carries, 29 yards. You know, I already told you what Williams had, 19 carries, 160 yards, average 6.1 yards a carry and a touchdown. J. Blue, 7, 29, 4.1. We need you to get some more carries, J. I know you just came back from an injury. I'm gonna need you to try to get on back on track. Try to get some. I need you to do some. I need to see some abilities, man. Something. Need to see something, bro. CeeDee Lamb, leading receiver, 5 receptions, like I say, 110. Average 22 yards catch, touchdown. Pickens. As soon as CeeDee Lamb come back, Pickens stats go down. But he had a big catch, 20.5 yards catch, 4 catches for 82 yards. That's still pretty solid. I mean, he just had 1 catch less than CeeDee Lamb, under 100. So imagine if he had 5 catches, he probably would have had about the same amount of stats as CD. These 2 weapons are ridiculous. That's what I say, man. Pickens, bro, y'all. I can't believe the Steelers let this dude go, man. Just can't believe it. Jake Ferg, 7 catches, 29 yards, 2 TDs, just open where he need to be. You know what I'm saying? Turpin, 1 catch, 17 yards. Yep, that 1 catch. Jalen Tolbert, 1 catch, 16 yards. It looks like 2 first downs right there or something. You know what I'm saying? Some clutch catches, get some first downs or something. Lukey had 1 catch. Jadon Blue, 1 catch. Hey, Jadon Blue, man, I think he could be a very good weapon out of the backfield catching the ball, man. I think he can, man, because I don't know what's going on with Deuce Vaughn, man. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. He just practice squad or what, man. I don't know what's going on, man. It's disappointing to know the little guy has not been. He just disappeared all of a sudden. So when we got Jadon Blue, he just disappeared. I don't know. Well, we got a leading linebacker with tackles, Kenneth Murray Jr. 6 tackles, 3 assists. So he did miss a tackle. So I don't know if it was just because after the injury, just didn't, I don't know, man. But there's no excuses out here. I mean, no excuses. They go for me or anybody else, man. I noticed I said me first. You know what I'm saying? DeRon Bland, 5 catches. 5 tackles for 2. He had 5 tackles and 2 assist tackles. Man, that's a cornerback out there tackling. Pick 6, Mr. Pick 6. I can truly say defensive player is DeRon Bland. He had 5 tackles and a pick 6. Bro, that's defensive player stats. That's Pro Bowl action type in one game. Keep it up, man. Keep that up, bro. Like, man. 4 tackles, cornerback. That's another cornerback. The young cornerback had 4 tackles. Wow. Marquise Bell had 4 tackles. James, another linebacker, had 3. Defensive end had 3. Devon, and Elijah Clark had 2. Elam had 2. Devon Williams had 1. Houston had 1. Everybody had 1. At least 1 tackle. So that's good. Everybody was getting the ball, running to the ball. Let's see who else. That's it, man. Only one. How many people had a sack? James had a sack. Okay, yeah, he did. Rookie defensive end had a sack. The linebacker Murray had a sack too. Yeah, he had a sack, man. So that was Vontae Clowney definitely had a sack. So yeah, Coach Marty was righty. You know what I'm saying? So Cowboys actually did some things, man, that they put on the stat board against this team, man. So shout out to the Dallas Cowboys on a good win, man. But I want to talk about next week, man. Enjoy the victory. Cowboys did win. But let's look on the next week's schedule. You know what I'm saying? Because next week ain't no slouch. Next week, we actually play the team that beat the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So we play the Denver Broncos. You know what I'm saying? In Mile High. Wow. The Broncos have beaten the Cowboys 9 out of 4 times. 9 out of 4 times. Cowboys have won only 4 games against the Denver Broncos. Reason why I know this, because every time I see the Cowboys play the Broncos, we have lost that I've seen lately. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what it is. Maybe when they go to Denver, Colorado, they can't breathe good. I don't know what it is about every time we play Denver, we just do not beat them, man. So, I don't know, man. If the Cowboys come out with a win against the Denver Broncos, I know something. We know something. Because we don't beat the Broncos. But you see how the Broncos came back, beat the Giants. And a lot of that, I think, is just the coaching. Because the coach should get fired. You let him come back on you, that's just garbage. Garbage. Trash. But yeah, the Cowboys have not beat them that many times. Let me show you a little record. Let me show you a little something. Let me show you the reason why I say this about the Cowboys have not beaten them. Just to show you a little. Because everybody got Google, man. Everybody's smart now. But I hope y'all see that screen. Share this information. Says we're really 8-4 regular season game and 1 postseason game at total of 9-4. Cowboys have lost 9 out of 9 times against the Denver Broncos. We can't beat the Broncos, dog. It's team got our number, man. Some teams just got your number, bro. Some teams you don't match up good against. Just being real, man. Some teams you just don't match up good against. I'm just telling you this. That's every team in the league. Every team in the league has a team that they just don't beat. It's always a matchup. Every time they play them, they're like, man, I don't know what it is. They can have the most sorriest season and beat the team. Broncos can be 0-1. play the Cowboys on the schedule, they get that too. You know what I'm saying? This is just being real. Since 1973, Dallas Cowboys played the Denver Broncos and lost. You know what I'm saying? Am I right? Am I looking at this right? No, Cowboys will show lost. So Cowboys, it's the opposite. I don't know why it's showing it like that. Let me count it up. That attempt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Wow. Cowboys lost in 1973 to the darn Denver Broncos. That's what it's showing. 1977. Damn. Cowboys lost to the Denver Broncos, 14-6. 1978. Cowboys lost again to the Denver Broncos. The Broncos was owning the Cowboys in the 70s, man. From 73 all the way to 78. 1980, the Cowboys figured out a way to win against the Broncos. They showed it when Cowboys didn't win no Super Bowls in the 80s, I don't think. I think they were mostly in the 70s. You know, so when the Cowboys first started winning. Cowboys beat the Broncos 1986. Cowboys win that. We must have had Herschel Walker. We must have, I don't know. Broncos must have been sucked. We must have had something going. 1992. That's the year the Cowboys, was it the Super Bowl year? Think so. We end up losing to the Broncos, but we end up winning the Super Bowl. I do remember that game. I'm like, bro, we lost to the Broncos, but we end up winning the Super Bowl. 1995, we won the Super Bowl, but we lost to the Broncos again. 31-21. You know what I'm saying? So, Broncos been owning us, dog. Just being real. 1998, Cowboy lost to the Broncos. 2000, Cowboy lost to the Broncos. 26-24. No matter how many points it is, the Cowboys just find some way to lose to the Broncos. 2005, Cowboys. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm saying this wrong, and I'm tripping. What am I doing? Cowboys won in 1998 against the Broncos. Cowboys won in 2001 against the Broncos. Cowboys won in overtime against the Broncos in 2005. No, I'm reading this wrong, bro. What am I doing? I'm looking. I don't know why they got the score like that. They got the score just backwards. It says Broncos leads the series 9-5 against the Cowboys. So Cowboys lost in 90. Man, the Cowboys have won. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, I'm saying it wrong. Y'all excuse me, man. I'm looking at it wrong. It's the way the score is lined up, man. Got me all discombobulated. Cowboys beat the Broncos in 1973. Let me rephrase that, okay? So nobody be like, hey, that is totally wrong. You're wrong, dude. You're reading it wrong. Cowboys beat the Broncos in 1977. They won the Super Bowl, I think, that year. Cowboys beat the Broncos in 1978. Cowboys won. And the Cowboys lost against the Denver Broncos in 1980. Cowboys lost against the Broncos in 1986. Cowboys beat the Broncos in 92, year they won the Super Bowl. They beat the Broncos in 95, year they won the Super Bowl. Yeah, 95. Well, 92 season, I don't think they won the Super Bowl. They won in 93. I don't know if it was just the 92 regular season. It's just more details than that. Cowboys lost against the Denver Broncos in 98. They lost to the Broncos in 2001. Cowboys lost to the Broncos in 2005 in overtime. Cowboys lost to the Broncos in 2009. Cowboys lost to the Broncos in 2013. Cowboys lost to the Broncos 2017. Cowboys got blowed out against the Broncos 2 years in a row, 2017 and 2021. Wow. I do remember one of them games because I think one of those games was on Thanksgiving. Might have been this 2021. Cowboys lost to the Denver Broncos on Thanksgiving. Embarrassed. I mean, just so it looks like the Denver Broncos been owning the Cowboys since 1998 and been winning ever since. Done won 7 games straight. 6 games straight, I'm sorry. Yeah, they won 6 games straight. You know what I'm saying? So Cowboys need to figure something out because we've been getting demolished by the Denver Broncos. Even at home. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no excuse. I don't care if you playing them away at home. Cowboys need to figure out something this week because it might be a L. L in the column. Because, man, we haven't beat them. They done whooped us 6 times in a row. Man, ridiculously. We done lost 6 times, bro. We have not beat the Denver Broncos. They put this team on the schedule, literally say, calm down, y'all ain't done nothing. Y'all might have won against the Commanders, but here come the Broncos. And y'all ain't beat the Broncos since 1995. Since the year the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. Wow. 30 years. You ain't beat the Broncos in 30 years, man. Ridiculous. Cowboys need to get together this week. Enjoy the little win. Because the Broncos ain't no pushover team, bro. I mean, they not suck. Their defense is what's up. Patrick Surtain over there, shutting them down. Defense is solid, man. Bo Nix is getting up, getting all the QB signals like Drew Brees from over there with Sean Payton. So Cowboys got something to deal with, and it's the return of Williams. So he going back to his old team, playing against the team that got rid of him because they felt like he was washed because he got hurt. Feel like he didn't have it no more. You know what I'm saying? But now he picking up the pieces with the Cowboys. So it's gonna be a good game till we find out who's gonna pull away, what's gonna happen. So definitely get ready for the Cowboys season. Definitely get ready for Cowboys playing the Denver Broncos. Cowboys play the Denver Broncos at 3:25. Same time they played today. Well, yesterday. Cowboys will be playing the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? So that's the end of my show, man. You know, thank y'all for coming out tonight. Could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Follow me as I follow my Heavenly Father, and I'm up out of here.
playing with him on this one, yeah.
So, you telling me Johnny DMD is the hottest artist in the city right now?
What's up? Big mouth, big talk, big game. Papa Drake, taking aim. Plenty shots, plenty range. Plenty Glocks, plenty K's. These rappers, Eddie Kane, big buzz. You ain't noticed? Ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. Big guns, big Glocks. Fuck a fight, wild lie. Mama cry, sister cry. Preacher from the wild box. Haters, getting hard to hide it. I'm back on the Molly. Watch me work out like a new PX90. I rock with the Glocky while bending and bobbing. This on my auntie Satya. These niggas can't fuck with me, they out vagina. It hurt. I'm a high fashion slider. All black Balenciaga Don. Casino, you know how we rockin'. Let's get it, we got it. Matter of fact, free motherfucking Bugatti. We up the violence. We spend so much that a nigga say motherfuckers lease an apartment. What's up? Big mouth, big talk, big game. Pop the Drake, taking aim. Plenty shots, plenty range. Plenty Glocks, plenty K's. These rappers, Eddie Kane, big buzz. You ain't noticed? Ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. Big guns, big Glocks. Fuck a fight, wild lie. Mama cry, sister cry. Preacher from the wild box. Haters, getting hard to hide it. I'm back on the Molly. Watch me work out like a new PX90. I rock with the Glocky while bending and bobbing. What's up? Mr. Tough, you ain't taking L's that got you fucked up. What his surprise switched on easily. He turned black and white like the jungle fever. This is Stop 6, Planet of the Apes. Third game looking like a creature feature. Say the prayer to Jesus when I'm sipping Keisha. I've been sipping drinks so long since Lil Johnson be a bill. Now I grow green, chill. My granny is gangster like Medea. But she not a nigga, she really mean. She'll inbox you like, do you bank with Regions? Your account getting the cleaning. He wanted beef when I saw him vegan. I ran up on him like, what was you thinking? He's good at typing but not good at speaking. Shh, all I heard, crickets. Ain't gonna kill you but take this licking. We beat that boy to another dimension. He started crying, the shit was so cringy. Another big mouth ending. You know the next episode pending. Hey, cause these niggas just don't listen. Hey, what's up? Big mouth, big talk, big game. Pop the Drake, taking aim. Plenty shots, plenty range. Plenty Glocks, plenty K's. These rappers, Eddie Kane, big buzz. You ain't noticed? Ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. Big guns, big Glocks. Fuck a fight, wild lie. Mama cry, sister cry. Preacher from the wild box. Haters, getting hard to hide it. I'm back on the Molly. Watch me work out like a new PX90. I rock with the Glocky while bending and bobbing. This on my auntie Satya. These niggas can't fuck with me, they out vagina. It hurt. I'm a high fashion slider. All black Balenciaga Don. Casino, you know how we rockin'. Let's get